And welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, otherwise known as Dai Gyakuten Cycle. Let's go back to the memoirs of the Clyde Kokoro, the trial. February 22nd, 9:23 a.m. Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon.
That's my line!
Good morning! Good morning, Natsume.
It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here.
Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back.
But now this! Another morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole! Can't keep coming so cold!
I'm beginning to think he's right. It really doesn't seem as though he's cursed.
Naruhodo! I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh. Natsume, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
So, here we are again.
Yes, again. Yeah, did any of you have coffee this morning? Just wondering. No? Oh, okay then.
Judicial District! Mikatoba! Esquires! What's the bad news? Oh dear, you heard, did you? If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't hear what you're saying! Oh, I'm sorry.
You've done nothing wrong, Sasato. And now what is it?
Well, seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Baruch Van Zieks.
Van Zieks? Oh no. Ah yes. The so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. Edgeworth's predecessor. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth. We managed to pull through, but still...
Perhaps Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter after all.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says nothing can save a person in the dark when Lord Van Zieks is the prosecutor. Oh no.
That even if a person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end, one way or another?
And we've experienced it firsthand. The man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey, from the first game.
Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes pouring into my soul again? Caused by evil's parents and now by the Reaper? Petrified parents, potentially. Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope. That's me.
Mr. Naruhodo! Yes? That is it! You have to believe me! You more than anyone else? Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle, I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear.
Well,
We need some tea.
the trial's scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Let's go.
Oh yes, I forgot to say, I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Solms, I mean.
That's probably for the best.
Oh,
If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And that could be seen as weakness. If Lord Van Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling.
Naruhodo.
You're right. Yes, you're so right. Oh, well said. Naruhodo-san, well said. I swear on the sword at my side and on the spirit of Cosma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free. With honor.
Yes!
And the soldier. Minutes later, 9:40 a.m. in the courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. Defense ready, my lord. Readiness for the trial, my Nipponese friend, is not what defense needs. What you need is readiness for inevitable defeat. It's not just in my imagination, it's rather. Van Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason.
It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years he hasn't appeared in court at all.
Just like Edgeworth. Yet now he's back in the courtroom. Well, for some reason. Only when I'm defending. This Reaper, with his curious disdain for his Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering it. I have to concentrate on Saseki's trial. Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty? Absolutely, I'm feeling this last one wasn't issued before.
I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days when my heart refuses to sit right.
Oh man, I'd rather knock out your way, your hat. I'm like the Ripley's niggas.
Very fetching, actually. I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
I couldn't agree more. I'll need to take home 5 bottles tonight, or the missus will go through the roof. Oh, may the Lord show us all that I hear and lead his flock to a righteous verdict.
The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public. and that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt.
6 citizens of London are chosen at random. Or at least that's the idea. The prosecution will draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been as to determine for duty today. Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Van Zix, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intention of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric weakness before has had dire consequences. Did the accused attempt for his wrongdoing in that account affluent? Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an ancient Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand. The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself. Witnesses, your name is an occupation, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. Soseki Natsume from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Natsume, sir. Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken. That you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It probably was yesterday, sir. The day before I fucked my lords, but close enough. See? Believe me, this is the last place I want to be. Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court. Right, you all, sir. The incident occurred at the Gay Dave household where the defendant is lodging. In the ground floor, the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare. Defendant already admitted visiting the victim on the knock question. Mr. Shamspeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by citrine. He was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. This means I presume that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident. Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible. Although the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, hesitated, he very nearly did. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I was the first officer on the scene, my lord, and I had photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked. Yes, a chilling scene, indeed. The man looks very much deceased. That's right, everyone present believes that's exactly what he was. Very well, I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. We get the photograph. Now then, not so many, sir. Yes, yes! As the defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture? They're haunted spirits. Good gracious, what's haunted? My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. The tenant before me died. In mysterious circumstances, a woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. With me! What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times. Kid, you're still on something. Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Sham's room, I hid my cast off and climbed into bed, but before long, the snow went out, and somebody tried to kill me! It's always extinguish all fire before retiring for the night, Mr. Knotsman. But it's so cold! My very nose was freeze! The point is, I did poison my neighbor. Why am I being accused of this? Why is my disease so cursed? Thank you, witnesses. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events. If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. Conclusive. Go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Sham, to regain consciousness after his ordeal, and he has named the true culprit. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused. Good grief! Order! Order! Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. So scared, so innocent. Why has the victim accused? Mr. Knox, what have you to say to this accusation? That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Sham's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result! Never will I touch tea again! Never! The public pump was frozen, you say?
That's not information we've heard before.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to the laws, the defendant must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a form of testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection? No, that's fine. Good. Then you will give your account on the events on the night in question to the court now. Yes! It's my own! Witness testimony. The catastrophic night. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room and my tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he? Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't kill immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. Arguments this time. Yes, I see. Oh, it seems relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Yatsume claimed his tea to have been harmless, presumably, though. The teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they?
Why did I think of that? Well, as it happens, no. They haven't been able to. Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance. How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done? My learned nucleus friend is falsely incensed. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea. That he was overlooked. Unable? Why? Simple enough, well known that so. Someone must have been there, those indeed. If current scientific techniques is not possible to test for poison under such circumstances. They only need a drop, but that one drop doesn't actually have to exist for enough. After examination of the subject, it appears nothing other than the tear past the victim's lips on the night in question. I see, thank you. That is clear. Cast your eyes on the jury, my learned friend. What? You can see it in their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. The crime's face is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity. He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord! Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. How long does it take for symptoms to appear then? According to the coroner, speaking to about 30 minutes after poison consumed. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation. So there's a 30-minute interval between the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure.
Oh dear, death by poisoning again. Sorry, Solo.
13 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind it closed after he left. You can't deny that. Infer the great Sasuke's alibi. Medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. Spares out breathing. Accused is the only person who could have done it. Very well, the court will add this report to the court record as always. So we get the medical report?
Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms.
Great. Well, in that case, sir, the argument still stands, you say. I think not, Inspector. Come again. I think you'll find that you've overlooked a very significant chronological inconsistency here. What are you talking? What are you on about? According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the room at 11. Oh! Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 hours full after the defendant left? About about them chips, sir? Defense arguments entirely reasonable. How do you respond to them? Blood. Pray forgive the discourtesy of my mortal's wonder. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hallowed chalice this luncheon.
Huh?
How could it have happened, you ask? That's one. I do hate those shuttle illusions, but my Nepalese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea. Phantom? Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the cures had left? I drank tea myself. You know how long it takes me to actually finish a good cup of tea? Depending on what I'm doing. It might take me about, say 20 minutes. I'm just sipping there and just like... Before bed it's like 20 minutes, and after that I would get up, use the restroom. I'll already be changed. I have my day clothes. I'm just like, I'm already there. And of course I would have to wait till tea just takes its effect on me, which, you know, it just relaxes me. Then after that, I'm out my mind. For example, at the time stated in the medical report, he's around half past one. Mr. Yasume brought the tea with him to drink together with a neighbor. And in Japan, there's a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot. Yeah, you're supposed to. Drink tea while it's hot. And in my country, there's an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea. That's true too. And trust me, when I go visiting, if tea is offered and it's cold, I'm taking the cold tea. Hands down, I'm taking cold tea. The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities. What sort of possibilities, Counsel? Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor. Another visitor? That's a very good assertion, my friend. From someone who has nothing to substantiate it. Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition. You suggest this may have been suicide, Mr. Sham has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted. But he could be lying! Boy, he has a lot to say. Is something wrong, Lord Van Ziggs? I was listening for the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Carriage? What carriage? It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived. Malta! Out, brief candle! Life's but a walking shadow. Up, player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. 'Tis a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Who, sir, are you? Sham, spare my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim. What? No. Not that door! The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed. You're calling him as a witness? Very welcome. Shall I grant your request of interest? I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself. Thank you. Happy am I, Sham, spare to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. But I have my own tale to tell, my own tale of worse woe. I can recall the court will tell of my perfect innocence and passing agonies. That will do, Mr. Lonsman. Let the court now hear from the victim. Alright, so that's Mr. Shakespeare. But who's the other man beside him?
Yes, I feel sure that we caught a glimpse of that man before.
State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses. A writer of words so sweet, they do state the praise. An inventor of ideas so profound, they compose the earth. You really are a sham, sir. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare. The fuck you say, sir? Well, the great bard to be recalled to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man! I am but an asshole. I am the great asshole. Good fellas, I am he who ponders such a miracle. William Shams. Nice meeting, man. I'll try and be meeting, man. I'd be meeting, man. I'd be meeting, man. I work for the Old Malt Guys Company ATM branch office.
Oh, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road.
Oh, yeah. She's right, yeah. Gas company! He's the guy who reads the meters. He's like, gas company, I'm here to read your meter. What's that man doing over there? Looks like he's trying to see in in Sosuke's lodgings.
Is something wrong, Naruto? Excuse me, can we have a word?
Oh! And he ran off. Yes, we spotted him outside Mr. Garrick's house then. He's a gas company employee?
What does he have to do with this case?
Now, Mr. William Shakespeare, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct? Oh, heaven! Oh, hell! Do you command me to remember? Oh, Jesus. Oh, golly. Oh, please. Why did I need two? I only needed one. Damn it.
That sweet poison bits cross me and mine innocent lips.
I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his daughter's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony, I agree will remove any room for doubt from the choice my essential.
Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that Mesa Saraf, an angel indeed.
Yeah, I see it. You are a fool. You are a fool.
Thus be I noble of mind, sweet of nature, and very honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be.
You, sir, are a card.
Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name. No, not at all. The judge still seems to be moved by this man, I'm afraid. For actually taking the Seraph anagram idea seriously?
Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating introduction.
But, my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamspear doing here? The gas man, I mean.
Oh, me?
Oh, what? Right now.
Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impudence. When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question. And moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar.
What? No, I didn't quite say that.
This young chin stroker is capable of what your lie claims conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Meterman? I know, no. Don't you say it. I hereby call for your full testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
One may smile and smile and be very...
Right?
Yes, if don't pay me, but let the truth be spoken, the truth of what wintry night of my discontent.
Oh, you're but an asshole. You have seen my face on a playing card.
The snarling about my neighbor did come within the evening bag a gift of tea. But Mary, bitter was his drink, and when he left, I did fall prostrate on my table.
because the tea alone did pass my lips that hour, no else. I was outside this bridge window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on the room. No one has visited his room but a new short, round, back, eastern fella. Wait, what'd you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shamspear's room all night? That's right. Cold spirits. Windows all blocked up basement. Oh, there's no gap in the bricks where you can see it too. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered in through that. Question is, why? Well, no, that's because he's on the list. What a piece of work is a man, wherefore wouldst thou not stare one minute? What are you talking about? This buzzing busybody hath not parted his play. I pray thee pay him no heed, make no more ado about his tedious words. What do you say about me? He looks like a bee. Calm little self. This cult is concerned with what happened on the night in question. Nothing more. Indeed, that is so. And that is the testimony of just heard clearly views. There was none other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime. Well, I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial. Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. And we press everything. One. To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, not to me. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance wouldst thou that I call him the man from upstairs. And at what time did the mustachio Nicodemus visit you on your room? Our meeting was promised for the hour 9, and no did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea. Details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony. And we were brought in such a liberated bed as history hath not seen before. By which I presume he means a discussion about who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet. I, Shamspear, did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as would our characters be to bring weight upon our merry experiment. I dare not imagine the same. Fairy, thy name is woman. Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the Eastern art of jiu-jitsu, but never did I dream 'twould be a skill practiced by the comely maiden. Juliet beat Romeo up? This is not helping our case. I believe the court has heard enough about short earth-shattering literary debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to you. My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly, I will do thy bidding. Two. Let me stop you there. Mr. Natsume left room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours missing time. really put the poison in your teeth. That 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain.
Tis an easy time.
What?
I did drink the tea, not while my guest distarry, but after he took leave of me. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but at 1 hour post midnight, verily were my lips parched.
That doesn't sound normal!
Nay, 'tis quite honest after all. Thou wouldst recall our fiery debate amidst such argument there be no time for fiery tea.
Romeo and Juliet again, and who was strong?
Mr. Shakespeare, and somebody allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your talker? But of course, my liege. 'Twas the stock lover of words did attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil.
Oh, we all know what that is! Great.
So, you didn't have any kind of evening meal, dinner, supper? Fie! A luxury. Fie! And gluttony to eat twice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry. I would that my belly would fill, but no more often the sun rise.
Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say.
Night and day do I fill my hours with learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence it is there doth not in my chamber be than the costumes of mine art.
That would appear to be the case, as even Aurora found startled death.
I don't think I was not the street that was conspicuously missing from the room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single player script anywhere. For I have devoured them all.
You ate your script, sir?
You ate them? Every word within my skull. Didst thou imagine otherwise? Right, that wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think?
Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the tube.
Ha ha ha!
But the windows of that house have all been filled in.
A historical artifact that now the front window has.
Ah, you're up there. Old Rick the Boogie. Well, all that happens. They live Paul the brick walk at the corner that's been opened up. I'm looking into that now.
Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there?
For some strange reason, a couple of bars are still lined up on the ledge outside as well. I don't like going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on physical lots. But them are orders. That's what we'll keep doing, as long as there's breath in my body.
What's with all the theatricals today?
Of interest, Mr. Middleman. After the kills had left and returned to his own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all? No, it never left. It is in that room all night, as far as I'm concerned. And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. How can you be so sure of that? The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. And since we know the victim did not leave his room, and hence did not dispose of the poisons contained on surface. It's clear that this was not a suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the receptacle. Ah, yes, that usually explains something. It really was. You can't argue with the logic. You say a little short, round back Eastern fella, so you can't be sure it was a defendant then. How many other short, little, round back nip niggas with a mustache do you think there are in London? Well, of course, it's only that guy was a quiet dog, so I didn't know his mustache. But he showed up around 9, so I'm pretty sure of it myself. And when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shamspear drink tea together? Nah, sorry, couldn't say. Why not? Because couldn't see in the room all that well, could I? But what I did see was should have been that little round black fella wearing a pretty dress. And the pair of them stole some kind of wrestling match. Tell you, I didn't know what was making. I suppose. They were naked? That was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway? Again, they were naked? Mr. Maitland, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim the night in question? No question, Gasman's honor! but I'm just answering. Just answering something I got a message. Discord, you know. Own it! Muddled? Goodness me, Mr. Foreman, yes. I've got my mouth shut and listen up to now, but this is going on all right. Are you all with me? Yes! How are you to understand that you, ladies and gentlemen, that the joy are in agreement with one another? That you're reaching unanimous decision. To what, Will? Are you all with me? Yes! Wait, no! The defense is in the middle of cross-examination! To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim room.
Yes, the 3 missing hours as you put it.
But in the end, what difference do they make? Not as far as I can see.
And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer.
Like I was saying before, if I don't take Fire Bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow a top. Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said. Very well, let the court be appraised. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, will you state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability?
有罪
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 有罪有罪
That quick, huh? All of you? Well, it would seem that the jury is indeed unanimous. So, this time it is. Seems justice will be done. This calls for thirst, I feel. To the guilty being punished. Ah!
Get him, Naruhodo, please. The trial isn't over yet.
What do you mean, Cesaro?
What about the information I found in the Encyclopedia of British Law? The obscure right that brings to the defense in these situations, remember? The obscure right that belongs to the defense in these situations, remember?
Right, yeah, I forgot about that. Examination. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts. But here in British court of law, if we can reverse the decisions of a majority of jurors, we can force the trial to continue. Ugh. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summonation examination, my lord. I am not surprised. That might have been Nickney's friend indicated to admit defeat. You chose to plead desperately to some archaic rule. You barely comprehend instead of accepting it. Certainly no other defense counsel in recent times has exercised the right to examination examination. Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered. Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The defense counsel's request is granted. This Court will proceed with a summation examination as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law. Thank you, my lord. Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, we know all about the young lad's tenacity. And we're ready for it. Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. The victim may not be let off, but he's another man, and straight up. No reason to doubt the man.
Well, I do declare that the good gentleman has no reason to doubt. I think he's rather splendid. Just look at the accused, but comparison he's Japanese. Stoops all the while. Now the mustache, very fishy.
Dude, that sounds racist. You racist asshole. Straight up racist asshole.
There is no evidence to suggest that gambling actors are fraudulent finale.
Ugh, I really don't care long. I just need to get into trial quickly. Yeah, it's a missing time and something when you reach my age, you know. Nothing at all.
I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced. It would seem that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Sham is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen.
If you ask me, they all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements.
And sadly, nothing, not to me, has said appears to have registered at all.
Well, here goes. Let's not forget. They're racially ignorant. I pleaded with the jury on Sosuke's behalf before, and it works. So you never know.
Before we begin, it might be an idea for me to remind you exactly how summation examination works, Naruhodo.
Oh,
Well, you're still very new to British law, after all.
that's true, I suppose. Sosuke's fate is entirely in my hands now, too. There's always a chance I might have forgotten some crucial detail. Perhaps I should hear his recital out. I wonder, should I let her talk through it again? Or not bother? Just remind me.
Alright, so if you remember, the key to changing the juror's mind is things that they themselves say.
Yes, coming back to me. First, it's important to listen very carefully to each juror's statement. Then, if it sounds as though one of the statements might contradict another, I have to pit the corresponding two jurors against each other to prove one or the other of them is wrong.
Yes, that's right. In many ways, it's very similar to a normal cross-examination.
Alright then, let me know. Let's do it. Without further ado, please, counsel, proceed with the summation examination. Yes, my lord. Jury examination. Defense rebuttal. Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem noble but poor. Couldn't some of them also be liars? Oh, no doubt about it. Like that shaky client of yours, for example. Absolutely not. Mr. Natsume's no liar. Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night was what that Japanese man's tea. What do you take the gospel testimony to account as well as truth. Couldn't be any clearer. Ah, well. But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with a gentleman's values. It turns out that the old civic in chums are rotten lives all. I'd gladly change my decision not to defend it. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen and ladies on the jury would do the same. Isn't that right?
Oh, well, yes, perhaps, though I don't see it happening.
You're the gentleman there, you know. I had to speak up. Look, I really don't care about all this nonsense. No, just need to troll me over.
How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury then?
All right, sir, I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, man?
It really is most tiresome problem for the company, nothing came. We can be absolutely certain that a customer is stealing from us, but without hard evidence, we can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued.
I'm sorry, you lost me a little there. Who are you?
I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Altamont Gas Company.
Good gracious! Ultimate gosh to say!
As to the future of energy in this country and around the globe, the proper handling is essential.
Even in real life, yes it is. So even now, most, if not all of today, we still have gas versus, you know, we have electric cars and we have gas stations. And not everybody can afford a Tesla. But they still have some kind of vehicle that runs, that still need gas. Whereas, Tesla, you had to go to a charging station versus a gas station. Think about it. Plus, it's like 80%. Battery has to be at 80% to actually function. Versus, if you were running on gas, you would need a full tank. So, still, yeah, proper handling is essential.
As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree.
Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gotta be used properly. Altamont gas is best in the world, calls.
I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier, Mr. Donald.
Right, he bowed in deference to his employer's wife, didn't he? So, would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Meter Man was watching what Mr. Shamspeare was up to in his room?
I'm afraid that there's no end to the length the population of East End would go in order to steal our gas. So I really have no choice when the company identifies somebody as a possible fraudster. But the dispatch worker to watch the suspect day and night. We're very thorough in our investigations.
So you mean Mr. Shamspeare's...
I wouldn't come out and say it in public. But you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief.
Hornet woman?
You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you?
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Faith, wouldst thou wound me with thy words, but I to let them penetrate the skin. But salves, hear not insults, only choirs of angels in song. We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around you until they find it. And when they do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your angelic heights in an Altamont gas explosion. Good lord, that sounds very, very, very threatening there. Those fighting words, woman. So, Mr. Sham spares me selling cannabis. Juror number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement. My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping that beef apart that you enjoyed? A little before the part about abject violence, if it's not too much trouble. Yes, of course. This could be it. This could shift the balance. The victim puts on a fine performance, but in reality, he's a common thief of my company's gas. Then I pit you. With 4. These two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious, to whose statement do you refer, Counsel? Juror number 1? What are you yelling about, lad? I presume you've heard juror number 4's statement made by the wife of the owner of Altamont Gas. Well, yes. The victim, who you claim to be noble, straight-up man, in fact turns out to be a common thief. So the good lady says, but there's no evidence as that. You and I both heard and said as much. It's true, we don't have evidence as such, just yet. But the claims aren't baseless, you know. What? You heard me, seeing as his operation of the law had been compromised. I would suggest that the court hears testimony from our East End Branch office employee over there. I do whatever you say, my lady. Godsman's honor. Juror number 1, you say you're a man of your word. If I could show that Mr. Shakespeare was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt. Oh. Yes, I did say that. And as a man of honor, I hold to it. As I'm sure the other gentlemen and ladies of the jury will. Me? Yes. Now that we found out the man's lie, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further. Well, if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard half of what you've all been saying. So this means you'll recap a few points that will shoot me down to the ground. No, I'm not advocating politics. I want to try it over and done with. In that case, I shall change my leaning. So, Mr. William Shakespeare, that is your real name. We, the jury, demand to know exactly what kind of a man you really are. It has shifted. That's 4 jurors. 4 not guilty. Yes, not order. Victory! Order! Order! It's quite extraordinary, I must say. The result of defense submission explanation, the jury's leaning against jury. Now, the Did two jurors say guilty while four say not? I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord. In order the trial to continue. Two. You have spoiled the banquet, Mr. Sham. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. Hear no evil, see no evil. But you gods will give us some votes to make us men. So God mend me, I do swear. This gasman speaketh that which consents him most, not but gas, not but thin air. I had been of pride a while, but it have no substance, and it doth make foul. Oi! What you say? You'll take it, Mr. Shakespeare, that you deny the allegations of dust. Miss Heartily, my lord, hast thou forgot? I am, as I said, an angel. Noble of mind, sweet of nature, and very honest of heart. Oh, you flowery-mouthed pompous beetle! Just because I haven't got evidence yet! Mr. Shakespeare, if in fact you are not of noble mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom. It is my considered opinion that at present time no other culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case. However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of this witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further. I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of the court's time. The gods in this case are unrelated. Juror number 4! Yes. Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove this man has been stealing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him? That's right, we do. Don't we? What? Absolutely, Lady Quimby! Guardsman's honor! Very well then, we will hear your testimony now. You will tell the court precisely why you believe the victim is the William Shakespeare has been stealing gas. Yes, my lord, be my pleasure. On the Ultimate Gas Company as if I may, my lord. Yeah, madam. This worker's testimony may have significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role. Oh yes! Well, you got it! Yeah! Very well. Exception, I shall honor your request. Thank you, madam. You wait till the balls get in here for he's gonna sting you one more once! So you have both testified before the court. On the subject of the illegal consumption of the Ultimate Gas Company fuel. Yes. Is that clear, my good man? Clear as Ultimate Gas, my lady! Which is the clearest in the world! Why were you listening to that kill? I'll sell gas and gas is such a start. Cockney. Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Susana?
I think the man's just a very dedicated employee. Naruhodo.
So a shame. So a shame. So a shame. The Altamont Gas Company's investigation. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent. Altamont Gas meters accept 30 penny bits each coin, giving customers about 2 hours of gold cash.
And yet the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key.
Somehow he's using up all the flaming guys he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is? That is bullshit. Pray, fuck you to discuss the evidence of this testimony has caused me to turn to my heart of choice. What do you mean by that remarkable advantage? Indeed, the mustache or nickname is poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't you? That is why that should concern this court. And yet now we must listen to this appalling. 3! Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony! The cross-examination must go ahead! And there goes the bottle. You broke his challenge about 3 times, bottle only once. Damn. Boy, should be.
But Van Six appears to be in a violent mood.
You think?
Yes, he does.
Attempted poison. And incidents of gas that were no supporting evidence. It's true that they wouldn't appear completely related at first glance. I wonder, the truth has to be buried in the most unusual places. The first step in conflict will be to establish just who and what this man really is. One, 2, 3. Press. Out of interest, how long has this been going on? Weeks and weeks! They've been pinching gas off us for ages! And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room, I take it.
Naturally. We took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-tuned comb.
And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume. 4 and 2.
No, very little. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indescribable lock. The Shamspeare Special.
That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3 penny pieces.
But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty.
I'll never forget the humiliation when I opened up the money box and found a bell. You what? I said, you what? And the look on his face, that smallish smile of his. Ha ha! I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jimmied on banana white, nor a single sign. And what's happened to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day, that's what.
Life-threatening situation in a number of ways.
Incidentally, what became of that meter? Not in the game of it. I'll stand on it. Oh. Oh, yeah. No wonder they call you Meter Man. Like it would be prudent for the court to sequester the sergeant while the trial is ongoing. So we get the gas meeting. Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it. Let's roll this around, shall we? Continue your testimony. Though I would say it has much value as the contents alone. Ugh! Okay, I need to check something. Very strange looking padlock, isn't it? And the main box is sealed with beeswax too. So if Mr. Solms were to get up to any mischief, he'd be found out immediately. Hold on. Mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Solms would... You know, you don't finish that sentence, don't you? Well, anyway, it's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully there. It does feel like over the top, doesn't it? Hello? What is this? Oh, what's... Have you spotted something about order? Just here. It's a little hole, see? Goodness, you're right! I wouldn't notice it. Not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say. So you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Sham's? Possibly. Seems the people at Baltimore Gas must have missed it. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside. Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through there. That's true, but even so, it seemed more than a little suspicious. So, update. Ma'am. Check this out. Lady Ultimate, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with. What? Get away! Open over and over the thing! I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong with it! In that case, what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box? Oh, what? You're right. You're quite right. There is a little hole there. And the meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shakespeare secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why? Yeah, what? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a father through that! Anyone? I wonder if we could give the court some more details about your meter zone.
What sort of details?
Well, what I especially like to know is how to differentiate coins. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, if someone were to put in 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work presumably, would it?
Yeah, of course not.
So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is a 3 penny bit?
I see where you're getting at. The meter tests coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. But the penny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit.
I see it's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend the formal testimony with that information in case it is patent.
As you wish, my lord. The maze designed for coins. The exact diameter and thickness of the threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit.
Let's take a look at this. Especially right here. Now, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on the side about 2 centimeters across.
Or 3/4 of an inch. Do you think?
We did find the soap at the scene, didn't we?
Yes, there were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window, so we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it,
There was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there.
I remember there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly.
Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Update! Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter will accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, by something of coincidence, while we were investigating in Mr. Sham's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly.
Something the same as the threepenny bit? What was it?
The item in question is this. Well, have you been inhaling gas? That's bullshit!
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say.
Looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. What's so important about the soap is this part here. See this right here? Look at this right here. There's that funny little round depression in the middle of soap.
Yes, it's a perfect circle. And I would say almost 3/4 of an inch in diameter.
I like something else we've been talking about recently, in fact.
No, there's the part of soap you need to show to the court.
You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean.
Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap then?
That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 inch in diameter. Or in other words, almost exactly the same size as the threepenny bit. Then why? Does anyone here present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen.
It sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it?
Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Otherwise known as a $3, a 3 coin. Here, a 2-cent penny. This is a 3 coin. A 3 coin. Now to see if it fits. My word, it couldn't be more snug. Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Ultimate Gas Company is being defrauded.
Oh, I don't believe it.
There it is. 4. Så jag först antalet. That some inferior bought soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas. Yes! The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I was concurrently establishing a coin which enforced the poor party box soap, so this is not really some way of replicating coin shape. And then you can use some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You can make fake coin in no time! Counterfeit, yeah. This brings all the pieces together. It's the method Mr. Shamsbury has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. Now, if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to an explanation for what happened that nobody's considered yet.
But this is all nonsense. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter.
Why, truly, from the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear. I see. That's what we deal with, is it? That's unfolded black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air. Yes. Exactly. And the meter here gives it away.
What on earth?
There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room. As your session counsel, the defense will identify these remnants for the court at once. Yes. Fair enough. Can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins disappear to be seen? Yeah, it's right here. We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime just outside the victim's window. Outside? Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Meter Man, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap. Oh! I'll get it! That's right. The answer, of course, is ice. Did you say ice? Mr. Shamsbury has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening, filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid next morning. Then he turns his face and wide eyes. He hits the goat's meat and giving him like spits. The room becomes very comfortable. All the ice now inside the meat are quite bugs. Turning back into water and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Oldsmont gas.
Just like that. So simple. Is he trying to make us look like idiots?
Madam, he already made you idiots.
He's been fooling us over some bars of soap and some water.
That's right, madam.
I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless?
Remember, not all armor is invulnerable. There's always a chink. No matter how thick, how tough it can become, there's always that chink in the armor that makes it totally and utterly useless.
I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence!
Oh, sorry.
I want evidence! If you guys stand there and tell me I made some rubbish, I want to see proof.
Yeah. Very well, Lady Montemont. If you like evidence, I'll provide it.
What? Hold on. You see? You actually have evidence to support that theory?
I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little. I have a feeling that this theory you've come up with now could explain it. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspeare has been stealing gas is... This photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspeare. What remnants? Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter.
What is that? Some kind of grubby stain?
Almost certainly, it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter. If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside a meter coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor.
This is awful.
And there's further evidence too. Mr. Shamspeare slumped over his table, apparently having consumed treatment. And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half.
You're right.
It would appear to be, to me, Counsel, that the man was eating soap, was it? Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he?
In truth, Mr. Shamspear was found with a fork in his hand. A beard of sharp and shining and creasing. You made to say he was using that fork to... Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap.
But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious. Get it, Queen Bee? There goes another bottle. Lord Van Zieks? I was throwing my hand up in despair. And happened to catch my hollow bottle in the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake. What is the meaning of this counsel? Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent course examination? Well...
That Mr. William Shakespeare is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable.
That's it. That's exactly it. Well, let us start the man today. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation reviewed no sign of another vessel, a content person. On the night in question, there are no visitors to the room except their host. The young guardsman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, was confirmed. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have been to the victim's body is via tear. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shakespeare is the man you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate execution. God! Order! I'll counsel. How does the defense respond? Okay.
What's the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere?
It didn't make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zieks said. I'm just gonna say... No! This isn't over! The defense will not rest! Lord Counsel, you have successfully explained everything. You've identified a substantiated and scrupulous method employed by Mr. Shakespeare to consume gun. What more is there to discuss? Lord Van Zieks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have said, the court believed that all of them have been objectively established at all. What are you trying to say, manipulation? At least one of these so-called facts is assumption, made due to lack of evidence. But the situation has changed now following the cross-examination of latest witnesses to take the stand. Don't be absurd! What is this nonsense? Yes, you bring everything we worked so far together and consider as whole. It's clear. Here's a question that we now need to reconsider. Namely, what was the poison in tea? Was the poison in the tea? We we've all been led to believe that strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspear was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume, but that conjecture is at best. The victim has testified that nothing else has passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there is no trace of the tea left of the scene, it could be justified for traces of poison. As I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it. Ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard's detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed? The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very welcome. Present your proof. What evidence for the scene of the crime records about the nature of the defendant's team? This sir. Good gracious. The soap again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of fire? Yes, that's right, my lord. She's come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on the ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you'll discover the ghost's coin. That's neat. In a way, yes. But there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ones. There was something strange about them, you mean? Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red. The ice was red. No, you mean? That's right. It's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea. What? I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspear's room as again. The public water pump always freezes at night, so I brought bottled water, especially to make it. And this is the result. Never would I touch tea again. Never. Yes, I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poor reconstructed water mains in the east and not frozen. So, on the night in question, Mr. Shamspear, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins. My word! There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, we only borrowed one of them. Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamspear's frozen window. Extraordinary. Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that even if 1 drop of the tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we're now in a position to prove or disprove what has, until now, been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all. My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison. Native! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once. Yes, my lord! Understood! It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for a time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zix. None, my lord. Scotland Yard will cover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. Prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim. Yes, my lord. We managed to scrape through there somehow. Thank you. Court's adjourned until tomorrow. And that leaves us to be continued in the next part. So, in the next part, we're going to investigate the goings-on in between what we've learned in the first part of this case. So stay tuned. More of this right after this.